Good morning, crypto land. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Crypto Apostle. I am Brennan. I am the Crypto Apostle. Praise be the Bitcoin. I might be a little crispy at the moment. Had quite an evening last night. That's a story for another time. Yeah, good morning, Justin. Good morning, Christopher. I see we got a lot of people here on the feed. I am from the road, but I think we're going to have an okay connection because this is a corporate connection. So I don't have all my bells and whistles, and hopefully sound is good. Do let me know in the chats. I am reading them concurrently if there's any issues with sound. But it should be okay. My my Bose ear thing generally does pretty decent, and it lasts a lot longer than my AirPods have. Those things are a disaster. How is everyone doing this morning? What is everyone up to? I have been out of contact with everything for oh, can't hear you. Okay. What's going on? Let's try to bump that up. How's that? That should be bumped. That's bumped. There we go. So, how's that? Is that better? You're joking? Ha! And I just boosted everything for you. Hey, Philip, thank you so much. Justin's just being a joker. Well, this is going to be a lot louder. Hey, Rose, hope you are doing well. Hope everyone is well. Guys, it's another day in Bitcoin, and if you have Cardano, you're a happy person right now. What can I say? Cardano's just popping off, man. It hit like what, $2.50? Good day, Chucky. Don't let you get fooled. Thank you, Philip. I'm here trying to get a cup of coffee in my system because I had quite a late evening last night. Hey, the stream going down on Friday was quite a pump effect for Cardano. We really popped off on Cardano. It was great. I think I'll take it. Um, I hope you are well. Looking like you had a good time last night. I um I will say it wasn't my party. No, I was not crashing a party. I was actually slinging drinks for the party, and it did not go very long. We ended up having to disperse the party. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out exactly. They were some pretty terrible people. It was a mess. It was an absolute and utter mess. Um, Yes, and I will be doing much better once I've got like two more of these down. And like a typical hotel stay, I literally have like the hotel coffee going. I don't know why they don't put like regular creamer around. I really don't like the powdered creamer. I don't know how people are with that. So, yeah, I've been mostly not watching the trading charts, which is pretty fantastic, and I think it's something that everyone should do periodically, because babysitting them will only make you kind of cry periodically as you look at how things go, because it's just the way it is. Like we had no trouble hitting 20,000 at the top of the last bull cycle. And there were plenty of moments like this where it traded sideways. And right now it's trading sideways and down, which if you've got a Bitcoin-based trading scheme is doing pretty good for you, especially with Cardano, and Matic is doing well. Who else? Does anyone else go walk the dog or something? Oh, thanks. Stop watching the charts. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, get a dog, stop watching the charts, and don't watch them in 5 minutes, for God's sakes. Oh, I'm sure there was some FUD. I really I haven't even really looked. I know it's basically sideways. Let's see here. What are we looking at? I can't really stream my screen, but I'll look at it and I'll editorialize as much as I possibly can. Bitcoin is, of course, down. It's actually been bouncing off of, there's a channel of support between 47,000 and 49,000 that comes off of a swing low on February 28th, and this is the daily charts, There was a swing low on February 28th, down to 42,600, and that based up to the next swing high. So this is March 13th. Yes, my birthday, March 13th. There was a swing low, swing high at that point that set up a channel that we're working with right now that's between 47,000 and approximately 50,000. And we're inside of that thing right now. We have poked out of the bottom, wicked out of the bottom on a couple of dailies, but we haven't actually developed a candlestick out of the bottoms. There have been a number of people that are doing FUD, and I know you've all seen it. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. Some people say if Bitcoin closes below the weekly 21 EMA and 20 SMA close, it will be bearish. A number of them are saying that we're looking at bearish patterns at the moment, and I've seen them talking about this. We could enter a short-term bearish scenario, but for us, and if you're just joining, I am not a financial advisor. I am a crypto content maker, pundit, or whatever else, if you will. Annoying crypto apostle, most of my friends call me. Yeah, where was I? See, this is where I need coffee. We could enter a short-term bearish. We enter short-term bearish. But really, for those of us on the DexStrats forums who trade with algorithmic bots, it doesn't really 100% affect us because we have things like Cardano, which is popping off. You just have to make sure your coin list is really good. Cardano's popping off, Matic's popping off. Who has another odd altcoin that is popping off for them they didn't expect to pop off? Draw the chart on the blackboard behind you. That's like a bed. Is this an okay view? I'm getting, at least the light is pretty good on my face. It's almost filling my face in. I really should be back a little bit. My hair, oh gosh. My pandemic haircut is an absolute disaster. Yeah, as I was saying, like, could we go bearish for a little bit? Yeah, but it's not necessarily bad. This is a great moment to dollar cost average in for your HODL. It's a great moment to get your HODL moving. It's a great moment to maybe take some profits on your Cardano. There is nothing wrong with taking profits. Will I be taking profits on my Cardano? No, I will not be taking profits. My profit level is substantially higher than this, and I kind of like the 5% APY, and I think everyone should really like the 5% APY. There's a lot of projects I really believe in. So I would like to HODL as much Cardano as I possibly can. And I think a lot of other people are going to be feeling the same way about it. Just really invest yourself in the projects and really enjoy being so early on this that you can actually care about the projects versus everything else and just get it for cheap. Yeah, now you see. Yeah, that's the bed's headboard. It's a nice place. I like this. I actually have been working here for the past few months during the pandemic. I worked during the entire pandemic because I just like to work and I like to be around people. I love people. People are awesome sometimes, unless you have a night like last night, then they're not awesome. But yeah, what let me know what altcoins in the chat have been oddly popping off for you, because my eyes are only on a couple. So I know some of you guys are trading with things that I would not necessarily have access to or be trading. I haven't even looked at VeChain and such at the moment. I wonder if that's doing pretty good. Pop over to the US dollar tether. It's sideways. Nothing wrong with sideways. Eventually I'm going to be paying for a TradingView subscription. I should probably just do that. Oh, look at this. Our total, including Bitcoin, is still a $2.2 trillion market. Our total too, which is not including Bitcoin, is a $1.3 trillion market. We've got $1.3 trillion in the altcoins. There is nothing to be concerned about at this point. I mean, these numbers, this is ridiculous. The fact that Cardano, I mean, how much is this pump that it has done in the last few days? Just this, oh my God, look at those beautiful green candles. So from the 23rd of April which is almost a month ago, we've gone up almost 200%. It's 182%. We were at 89 cents at that point. We wicked down to 89 cents. And we are now at, we hit $2.51 yesterday. Holy cow. Wow. On Binance. That's on Binance. Almost a 200% pump in less than a month. Guys, nothing to worry about. One does good for me. Is that Harmony? Yes, that's Harmony. One. Oh yeah, that was popping off yesterday. So originally I had this, it was not looking very good up until, and it's trading sideways and up now. It is sideways and up. It was trading basically mostly down in a downward channel until 25th of April. And this just goes to show, guys, like, if you believe in a project, just believe in a project and hold, because this one hasn't pumped up to where it was. It doesn't have a new all-time high, but in the last 2 days, it has done a 54%, 51%, 54% pump up on the Heiken Ashies. So I don't know what kind of the inside of the day thing is, but I mean, with 51%, obviously you're going to have a number of trades go off. So that's really solid. I only bought 1,100 of ADA at 1.6. Really wished I bought more. And there's a number of people, maybe certain people here were talking about Cardano prior to Coinbase and saying, hey guys, long-term project. And I really do believe it's a long-term project. Like, I will be hodling that for a number of years, because my long-term strategy has it as a very strong piece of the backbone of my portfolio. I, I, I want the passive income off of it. And you look at it and you say, oh, it's only 5%. I could make so much more. But, you know, it's about pieces. It's about setting all the different pieces up so that you have both the fun of the high trading and making money off of the trading, but you also have these pieces of your portfolio that's strong backbone. You don't have to worry about it. You just let it go. And that's the great thing about Cardano. You can just let it go. I mean, for Pete's sakes, if you have enough of it, like 11, I mean, you basically have what, almost 1,000 of them, maybe. You know, you're getting a few each week. It gives you a few each week. You don't even have to wait. What's your thought long time term for Polkadot? A lot of people speak really positively about Polkadot. I don't have direct access to it. I have indirect access to it through creative means because it's not allowed on Coinbase New York for some reason. It's pretty big. The market cap is pretty big on that one. I mean, it's a top 10. So, I mean, it would definitely be something I'd be working with. It's at 44 bucks last time, right now. Like the last time I looked at it, it was probably like in the 20s. I really wanted Polkadot, but you know, you have to keep a certain amount of focus. It's good to have a wide net that you're casting. What is this? Internet Computer ICP is at number 9. What in the heck is that? And that looks like a poop chart. That's trading sideways and down. That's really sideways and down. That's gross. What is it doing in the last year? That's all. Yeah, no. That's interesting, though. That is an interesting one. That one's at number 9. I don't know. Has anyone heard anything about ICP? So Polkadot, I mean, I like it. It's part of the DeFi world that is built around Ethereum. It is one of those reasons why I think the Ethereum market cap is incorrectly reported. I think you need to include projects like Polkadot and Uniswap, which are on Ethereum, into that market cap, and then you start having a better idea of the market cap that Cardano could consume. I mean, Cardano is consuming its own world right now. I don't see why anyone would be leaving Ethereum at this point. Have your Ethereum, wow, and have your Cardano. Have those. They're good, strong backbones. Ethereum is going to go up. My gosh, it's at a discount right now, like 3,700. Goodness sakes. Is shorting crypto not allowed in the US? Shorting is difficult to do in the US. I believe to do Bybit, which is how BitBoy is doing his shorting. I believe you have to use a VPN to do it, so it's not for the amateur. You've already got to have a certain amount of understanding of technical, and not a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's probably a 12-year-old out there who could set up a VPN, and I'm sure at like 6, while I was doing DOS, I could probably have set up a VPN. So it just requires a certain amount of technical knowledge to do that. But you have to VPN in and obviously, report any profits you make doing that because they're going to be coming after everyone. It's weird. These things are weird, man. So is it allowed? There's just not really direct ways of doing it that I have access to at all. But there are others who have found ways to indirectly access it. All sorts of fun. Man, that's wild looking at the coin market cap. Binance is right under 600. There is something else, like I don't have access to Binance Exchange, so I can't even buy Binance. Yeah, I get that. Uniswap's at 38. Litecoin, which is such a weird project, is outside of the top 10 now. Chainlink is at 13. Stellar has not been moving very much. It's only at 76 cents. Yeah, that's been mostly sideways for this entire market, and they're supposed to be underpinning the central bank digital currency of Ukraine. XLM perpetual contract. Why is there not some long? Why? That's so weird. Yeah, I mean it's up. Wow, it is up. Wow, since November it was at approximately 7 cents. So if you have some banging around from November, you're doing pretty good right now because you are 10x'd. And that's just November. Isn't that amazing? This whole thing is just amazing. And it's going to be like this again in 4 years. Like, hold on to your hats right now, and then hold on to your hats in 10 years because it's going to do this again. And there'll be new projects. It won't be NFTs next time around. And there's going to be a lot more mainstream adoption going on. This time around, the adoption probably is going to happen mostly near the end of the market as people get really excited. That end of the market should be somewhere around October when it will start trading sideways and down. I mean, at this point, I'm not too concerned knowing what we know that today and this last week is some form of a end of the market in any way. I'm really not worried at all. I mean, I think it could pop down even further, and I really would not be too worried. I'm not selling. I mean, I don't plan on ever selling. Have you seen any of the NFT horse racing? I have not. I've seen a little NFT here, a little NFT there, trading cards for sports. I really wanted to buy Chillins when it was released, but did not have access to it. And at a certain point, really, like when it comes to all of these things, like you could just hold a bag of 1,000 cryptos and only 10 of each of them, or you could focus on a couple of good projects that you really believe in. And I chose to focus on a couple of projects I really believe in instead of going nutty with MetaMask and trying to figure out how to add all sorts of things there. Yeah, maybe I'm just getting to a certain age where I just am tired of technically poking around and figuring things out. I need to have some like 13-year-old kid to do it for me. But I think NFTs are, I think overall, like horse racing overall, think about horse racing overall, what just happened at the Kentucky Derby, where the winner was found to have drugs in his system not 2 weeks later. And now the win is in question, and people were already paid out day of on what is a that win. People gambled and won, and should that happen? That's the great question. If that whole system was built on a smart contract system, if gambling as a whole in horse racing was built on a smart contract, that money could be held in escrow until the final drug test was done and until they had finally, figured out whether the horse should have won or not. At this point, like, why should people be winning their bets if their horse gets disqualified? Disqualified horse means that they shouldn't be paying out. And if there was a smart contract, there would be a way of putting things into escrow so that that couldn't happen. Um, which I know that went off on a tangent, but like you, I don't know how much everyone has really dove into how many things that's going to affect. Oh, by the way, we're over 49,000 again. I'll bet we're over 50,000 by the end of the day, honestly. Like, this is just Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just doing its sideways thing. Yay, Bitcoin. Cardano's popping off. How is everyone else? What is everyone up to? I got a feeling this is going to be kind of a short one today. I will be, of course, back tomorrow from the quote unquote studio. And no, it is not in Trump Tower. Thank you very much. Like, the rent controlled place I live in. Yeah, welcome to New York. All of us are running a hustle in some way or another, trying to just keep going in the city because it's nuts. The city is just nuts. Um, yeah, as I look out the window. I'm not too far outside of the city either. I'm still in the metro area. But yeah, how's everyone else doing? What's up? What's new? My God. Matic. Matic is just pumping. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Holy mother. 400%. 400% since the 26th of April. 400%. Dear Jesus. Bitcoin dominance. Yeah. Oh, wow. It spiked way down to 34% a couple of days ago. Wow. That must have been the Elon Musk news. And it went way down, which meant that money was going somewhere else. Ethereum, yeah, also wicked down on dominance. Cardano did not wick down as much in dominance. It looks like a lot of the money could potentially. Wow, and Cardano's at almost 3.5% dominance right now. That means it is in its phase of popping off like a mad firecracker. Yeah. And this is the highest dominance that we have seen almost ever. This is third highest dominance. Highest dominance was over 4. First highest dominance was almost 5% of the market was Cardano, and that was back in 2018 when it was released. So, there's a lot of dominance. How do you see the Musk drama? What was 400%? Matic, Polygon, also known as Polygon, ticker symbol Matic. How do you see the Musk drama? The Musk drama, I see he is manipulating the market. Why? I don't think anyone has a really clear picture. I've heard probably half a dozen different reasons, plus a couple that I haven't heard that I kind of know about due to him going to the MicroStrategy. Well, he wasn't directly at MicroStrategy. He had people at MicroStrategy's conference, and the way that they are putting their crypto assets together as indefinite intangible assets, which means they can take the loss off of price. So if it's at 60,000 and it goes down to 50,000, they can actually take that entire dip as a loss on a report for a month. So if they need to take a loss, they can. So yeah, I hope that out of all of this, he gets investigated. You shouldn't be able to do that. And the whole Dogecoin Maybe in the end he's some white knight who's trying to prevent people from, in the long term, having this sort of power to manipulate the market. Maybe he's not a white knight. Maybe he is someone who is just quite simply manipulating the market for his own gains. There is that. There are several. And if I had a Cybertruck order, I probably would have canceled it at this point. Yeah. I see Musk drama as continuing, but I see, similar to the corrections, having lessened their damage, their dips, the dips being less when we go into a correction this time around, being like mostly 20-25%. I see that his damage that he can do through continued manipulation being less and less and less and less. I mean, if this had been back in January and he had said something like this, I think the dip would have been a lot more severe than it is today. And I think there are a number of people who question his mental stability. I think there are a number of people who question his mental stability and are questioning his, his verifieds and being trustworthy. I don't trust him. I think he's trolling everyone. I frankly think he is completely trolling everyone. I think anyone who is getting into Doge and Shibu and all of these things that have absolutely no intrinsic value, I think they're being trolled. And I think they're using old talking points to push that. If you are educated in crypto, you are not concerned about what Elon Musk is saying. You're not concerned about all of these other outliers. Do I enjoy the pump that it does? Yes, I do. And do I enjoy when Bitcoin goes down and the alts go up? Yes, I do. I also can picture him laughing at people behind the screen. Yeah, Rose, I really can. And, I don't blame him either, because you can tell from his personality that he's got some amount of asocial thing going on. He said autism in Saturday Night Live, so he may be on the spectrum in some way, and I don't doubt it. You can just see from the way he interacts and his mannerisms that something like that is going on. I've always kind of wondered. I was like, he seems like he's got an asocial type thing with him. Um, so maybe, he's just laughing at the people who used to laugh at him. I can feel it. I can really feel it. Asperger's. Yes, and that was my favorite episode of South Park too. And now I can no longer hear someone talking about Asperger's and not think about burgers. Yeah, Asperger's. Yeah. Hey, I get it. And if you've got a lot of money, you can do whatever you want to do in America, unfortunately, at this point. So, yeah. Um, I think Musk drama is going to keep playing out, unfortunately. Talking about pollution while shooting a rocket in space. Well, yes, Philip. So there's that, but there's also the fact that they are using how does this work? It's a methane oxygen burn that apparently the only thing it releases is water and carbon dioxide or something. I have to go back. There were a bunch of tweets about this. There was FUD on all sides. I appreciate what he's doing. If I was given the opportunity to go to Mars near the end of my life with my camera, I probably would. I probably would. I'd say, hey, at least I got to be a photographer and one of the first photographers on Mars who got to go and explore and take amazing pictures. And I would love that because it'd be, I've just got an explorer's heart. I loved the Star Trek Next Generation. Loved Star Trek Next Generation growing up. Deep Space Nine, obviously. Loved it. And so the idea of being one of the first to go and explore would just be obscenely amazing. I mean, I don't think and I'm sure a number of you guys would probably, if outside of the risks, I'm sure a number of you would go for it as well. Just to be the first, gosh, could you imagine? Just be wild. I mean, we're going to be doing these things within probably the next 10 years, as long as the world doesn't completely fall apart. Yeah. So, How is everyone else? What else? What else is going on? I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys, the engagement you guys give is really great, and I love doing these kind of talk backs with you, and talking through these things because I think a lot of times it's really hard to find other people who are already in this. I mean, this is practically a crypto support group at this point because we're all nuts. But we're all, seeing the benefits of being absolutely and utterly nuts. I mean, I can't. Like, I have no one to really talk to about this. I don't have family to talk to about this because no one in my family is doing this at this point. And I'm sure a number of you guys are finding yourself in the same situation. I know a number of people on our group are like, yeah, I got my brother in, I got my, be very careful about who you get in. Not nuts, believers. But when you're believers, you're nuts. I mean, I'm a zealot. I believe that this is going to change the world in such a way. My friends in Hong Kong think I am crazy. Yeah, oh, Hong Kong. I've got to travel. I am going to be so excited to get out and travel. Bitcoin just dropped $500. Stop watching the minute charts, Justin. You're killing me. Sorry, 700. Yeah, I mean, it could be price suppression. Guys, we're going to see so many things like this, like price suppression and such, as we're going through. So I'm going to get my day started. I'm going to finish off my coffee. I will be back tomorrow, back in the amazing, beautiful parish crypto, the crypto apostle lair. Sometimes it feels like a lair over there in the city, and I have a stabilized schedule after today, which is amazing. I have a stabilized schedule, so I'm going to start doing some actual pre-recorded videos. Maybe direct message videos. I like what Dave Rubin does. If you're on Discord, on the DexStrats Discord, feel free to reach out, and let me know anything you guys want me to cover and go through and things you want me to talk about. I'm always interested in really engaging. That's the important part. My friend doesn't understand because it's not touchable, and they start flipping out when I try to explain blockchain. Yeah, it's difficult to explain blockchain, but at a certain point, it's going to be like trying to explain email. Wait, so I write a letter and then I'm on CompuServe, so I have to send it to you, but you're on Prodigy, so I've got to use an intermediary to swap. So wait a minute, this is kind of like when I'm using Uniswap to change Bitcoin into Ethereum. Magic. Uh, Anytime, Christopher. Thank you. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Rose Lee. Yeah. We didn't have Tim this morning. Aw, Tim. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for engaging. And we're gonna have a great week. Cardano is really raring to pop off. Things are gonna pop off this summer. Yeah, we're gonna go sideways and down a bit, but we're also gonna go up. Like seriously, 400% for Polygon? Like, God, I can't even. I can't even anymore. Love you guys. Take care. Have a great day. Get out. Walk your dog. Stop looking at the 5-minute charts. I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, take care, all right? Bye.